Hey guys, Pie Guy Rules here, and welcome back to the topic of discussion. Today's topic, my favorite show coming back, more specifically, why you need to watch Community. Yeah, I'm laying the gauntlet down for you guys. Alright, and I know what you're thinking, but Pie Guy, why do I have to watch Community? Listen, Community is an amazing show, and it's on tonight at 8 o'clock, new episode, Season 4. And I need you guys to watch it because, one, I want to share this awesomeness with everyone. This is an awesome show that you really should be watching. NBC, Channel 4. Two, it needs to get the ratings, okay? If it gets good ratings, they'll come back for a fifth season, and then we can get our 6 seasons in a movie. It's a thing. And also, I may not be able to watch it, unfortunately, because my TV isn't hooked up for cable yet, so I gotta see if I can find a TV at the school that'll let me watch it. If not, you can bet that I'll be watching it on Hulu or somewhere on the internet tomorrow. But I know what else you're thinking. You're thinking, well, wait, this is season 4. What? You're gonna make us watch from the beginning of season 4? Like, what are you, crazy? Listen, I know that's odd. I know it is. You know, I ordinarily I would be like, no, you have to watch from season 1. No. But the thing is, it's not that Community season 1 is bad. It's a little bit rough in the beginning. I want you guys to go back and watch this series, but I want you to watch this season 4 premiere tonight, because, first of all, if you get introduced to Community through the first episode, you might get a wrong idea about what the show's about. Because the show evolved, like all shows, it evolved from the first episode. Basically, the first half of the first season is kind of a prototype of what the show turned into. The show is basically... it's so funny. It does crazy parodies. It does all sorts of crazy high-concept episodes, like an episode with alternate timelines. Yeah, that's the best episode. At least in this timeline, that's the best episode. But regardless, to catch you guys up, I will tell you about the characters. I won't spoil anything from any of the episodes, except for maybe like episode 1. But I'll just tell you about the characters, and that's all you will need to know. Trust me on this, alright? Okay, so there's Jeff Winger. He's the main character, although it's an ensemble show, so, being a main character only really goes so far. He is an egocentric, pathological liar who used to be a lawyer, but he got kicked out of law school because he faked his college degree. So he got sent to Greendale. And I'll talk about Greendale in a little bit, but Greendale is the community college they all go to. Okay, so he got kicked out of, being a lawyer, and he was a good lawyer, too. He was, he's good at lying, he's good at manipulating people, he's got a big ego, smooth talker, very self-reliant, doesn't think he needs anyone. But in the first episode, he forms a study group, basically just to try to get with this girl. However, these people flock to him, because he's just one of those people that people will always flock to, because he's a leader, he's a good leader. But he's very self-centered, and over the course of the show, he warms up a little bit. He becomes less of a jerk face and, more of a community player. Also, he likes texting on his BlackBerry. Okay. Next, we have Britta, who is not a water filter. Don't worry about that. She's a vegetarian and, one of those people who's an activist for everything, even things that she's really not so well informed on. She's got a good heart, and she really tries. She recently, minor spoiler, she recently decided to major in psychology, and that's not really going so well for her, because she gets a lot of things wrong. She's just kind of the character that fails a lot, but she tries a lot, and, she's also the more, relaxed of the group. She smokes and does a little bit of pot sometimes, and she's very, chill and a little bit out there. Speaking of out there, next we have Troy, who is, he is very out there. He is like the biggest man-child, but more child than man, most definitely. The show originally set him up to be, kind of a high school dropout, not a high school dropout, but kind of he used to be into sports and a footballer, and he was the captain of the football team in high school, big popular guy there, but kind of a loser when he gets to this community college because he couldn't get in anywhere else, because he hurt himself in a keg stand. And he becomes, he's kind of trying to find himself, and really he changes from being a football kid to being a huge nerd. He watches nerdy movies, he does all sorts of nerdy things, and basically he's the emotional one of the group. He cries a lot. It's very easy to make him cry, and he's very silly and off the wall, but his actor is great, by the way. Okay, so then we have Abed, who is obviously my favorite character, and I say that because he is the guy who is obsessed with television. He is so obsessed with television and movies, and to him everything's meta. He makes all these meta references, like, if this was a TV show, people wouldn't say things like, this is a TV show, because it would break the illusion of being a TV show. Like, he says all these crazy things. He comes up with all these, ideas like, what if, when you roll a die, there's an alternate timeline happening if a different number hits. He is so funny, but he is, he's socially awkward, but he's so great, and he can also do a good job of taking on any character that he wants to, and he's really cool. He's cool, in fact. That's his catchphrase. Okay, and he always hangs out with Troy. They're best buds. They're, like, inseparable. Okay, then there's Annie, who is, she also went to the same high school as Troy, but was kind of a loser there. She overdosed on Adderall, which is a drug, and just kind of a one-time thing, and that's how she landed herself in community college, because she's a lot smarter than that school deserves. But she's got a lot of heart, and she's kind of the younger, naive member of the group. Her, Troy, and Abed are the three young guns, and Britta and Jeff are, I think, like 35, something like that. But yeah, Annie's like the sweet one. Annie's the one that believes in everyone, and yeah. Then we have Chevy Chase. Then we have, what's his character's name? Shoot, Pierce. Oh, blanking for a second. Pierce, played by Chevy Chase. Pierce is a really old guy. He's a millionaire because of his parents. Nothing he actually earned. And he's just been in community college because he's just got nothing better to do with his life. He's been there for like 10 years or something like that. But he's never made any friends until he met this group. And you know what? He's racist. He makes a lot of homophobic statements and stuff like that. But it's kind of one of those things where it's like, he's an old guy and he doesn't mean it. It's just his dad was incredibly racist. And, a lot of the humor comes from the fact that he takes it way too far. And, being old, there's a lot of old jokes that come with him. Okay, and then lastly, but definitely not leastly, although technically she's probably like the least favorite character voted. But she's still a great character. We have Shirley. Okay, I was blanking on her name. She's played by Helen from Drake and Josh, by the way. She's the mom of the group. Like, she actually has kids. I'll spoil a little, but she recently got remarried. She likes to bake, but she's not very good at it. She's a pastry pusher. She's the religious one of the group. Like, she's, very highly Christian. And she's really sweet, but until you push her, and then you get her sassy voice, and she gets really sassy on you. But don't tell her it's sassy, that's not the right word for that. But, yeah, and that's the group. That is the study group. They all go to Greendale Community College, it's this college that is a community college, and it is not even the best. It is like one of the worst community colleges. But because it knows that it has, not so great teachers, it knows that it has not so great students, it's definitely not anywhere near academic standards, it's definitely below everything. It tries to have a lot of heart. And by it, I mean the dean tries to make it have a lot of heart. Yeah, there's the dean, he's also a main character. He runs the school as if he's trying to be kind of the fun dean. He stages all of these wacky... Stop it. He stages all of these wacky events at the school, like a school-wide paintball tournament that tears up the school. All sorts of ridiculous things. He also likes to dress in drag. He's like, his sexuality is very ambiguous, although he seems to have a big crush on Jeff. He's just a wacky character, and he tries to make the school have a lot of heart, and he tries to make the school have a lot of fun. The school also has a lot of wacky classes, like Introduction to Ladders and stuff like that. And that's where a lot of one-off episodes will be, not one-off, but a lot of episodes will be about just these weird classes, like one time they took a pool class, and one time they took a class about, captaining a ship, but they were on land. So that's where a lot of that comes from. But Greendale has, the one thing Greendale does have, and that's what the dean tries to strive for, is that Greendale has heart. It has a lot of students who care. Go Greendale. And then lastly, there is Chang, who is a character who, all you need to know about Chang is that he's insane. Yeah, he's insane. He's the Asian one. He is absolutely insane. Just insane, insane, insane. Every season he plays a different part. First season he was a Spanish teacher. Second season he was a student at Greendale. Third season he was a security guard. And I don't know what he's going to be fourth season. Who knows, man. But he's the wild card of the show. And yeah, that's basically all you need to know about the show. You just need to know about the characters. You don't need to know. I mean, there's good continuity, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of nods and stuff and references. A few references that you may not understand. But just trust me, it's a show worth checking out. And if you can't bring yourself to start with Season 4, at the very least, go back and watch Season 1. I do believe it's on Hulu Plus, which is not so great a service. But if you already have it, then go back and watch it there. They also sell the DVDs. I cannot recommend this show enough. It is great. Please watch it at 8. Heck, even if you don't want to watch it at 8, go and turn your TV on to Channel 4 at 8 o'clock and walk out of the room. I really want you to watch it, but I really also want this to get insanely good ratings. Alright, guys? So with that, Pie Guy Rules, out.
Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe if you like me, like this video if you, well, like this video, and comment if you have an opinion on anything that I just said. Oh, and I also have a Twitter. Follow me at Pie Guy Rules. I usually respond to any comments or questions that I get. Pie Guy Rules, out.